As with most fairy tales, particularly those that feature such things as talking donkeys and bears that live in houses, the story of the Three Little Pigs was inspired by true events and real people. However, since some of the characters in these tales have made some rather unfortunate choices, their identities have been changed to protect the embarrassed. The real story began with four young ladies who had finally reached an age to go out into the big bad world and seek their fortunes at university. Of course, the parallel with pigs likely came with their tendency to wear all pink, at least on Wednesdays. And then, of course, there was the squealing.
Free at last. No more being told what to do.
So I planned out our best and printed maps for everyone. And of course we'll have the fun shelter. I've looked at some maps to find the best location to build one.
Do you think there's gonna be boys there? I love cute boys.
So I think over here on high ground is our best option. I'm so tired from our trip. We're going to the beach and relax. There's a storm on the road that we just get started right away.
Go ahead, we're going to the beach.
This is the life. I could get used to this.
Yeah, we should just live here, then we never have to leave.
Exactly. There's plenty of sticks around where we can build our house, and we'll use our extra money for lawn chairs.
That sounds like a great idea.
Foolish girls built their house upon the sand. The foolish girls built their house upon the sand. The foolish girls built their house upon the sand. 'Cause the sun still shines, we've got lots of time till the rain comes tumbling down.
That's a good start. Let's see.
Okay, so we're going to talk to you.
The wise girls built their house upon the rock. The wise girls built their house upon the rock. The wise girls built their house upon the rock. 'Cause if we're prepared, then we won't be scared when the rain comes tumbling down.
It's getting dark.
Yeah, maybe in a few minutes, and then we'll study. Hey, I'm having a party. Want to come?
Is there gonna be boys there?
Sure, we'll come.
Let's go surfing now, everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari. Early in the morning we'll be starting out. Some honeys will be coming along. We're loading up our woody with our boards inside and heading out singing our song.
Time's up. Hand in your papers.
What are you doing? You missed the test.
What are you talking about? It's not even till tomorrow.
No.
It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men. Amen. It's raining men. Hallelujah, it's raining men.
My twitchy purse is gonna get wet.
Did you finish building your house?
It wasn't a wolf that came to huff and puff at the girls' doors, but a storm. The rain fell and the winds blew and howled all night long. The wise girls were safe and secure, and their house stood firm because it was built on solid rock. The foolish girls spent the most miserable night of their lives battered by the storm as their house on the sand was washed away by the wind and the waves. The moral of the story, as all fairy tales must have one, can best be summed up by the scripture found in Helaman 5:12. And now, my sons, remember that it is upon the rock of our Redeemer, who is Christ, the Son of God, that you must build your foundation, that when the devil shall send forth his mighty winds, yea, his shafts in the whirlwind, yea, when all his hail and his mighty storm shall beat upon you, it shall have no power over you to drag you down to the gulf of misery and endless woe, because of the rock upon which ye are built, which is a sure foundation, a foundation whereon if men build, they cannot fall.
The wise girls built their house upon the rock. The wise girls built their house upon the rock. The wise girls built their house upon the rock. And the rains came tumbling down. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. The rains came down and the floods came up. And the house on the rock stood still. You know it's all about your base foundation. It's all about your base foundation. It's all about